Good evening. It is Wednesday, November 13, 2024, and welcome to the Town of Carmel Town Board meeting. Tonight we have one item on our voting meeting, and then we're going right to a work session. If everyone would please rise, face the flag. Councilwoman McDonough will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence to remember all of the men and women who are fighting for our freedom. Thank you.
Thank you. I call this meeting to order, and I ask if our town clerk, Alice Daly, could please do a roll call attendance.
Councilman Kearns?
Present.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Here.
Councilman Lombardi?
Here.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Here. So resolution number 1 is authorizing scheduling of a public hearing. Councilman Lombardi, could you read that for us?
Sure. Resolved, the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the scheduling of a public hearing at Town Hall, 60 McAlpin Avenue, Mahopac, New York, 10541 on Wednesday, December 11, 2024, at 7 p.m. or soon thereafter that evening as possible, on a proposed local law amending Chapter 156 of the Town Code of the Town of Carmel entitled Zoning, and be it further resolved, the Town Clerk Alice Daly is hereby authorized and instructed to publish and post the necessary notices in the official newspapers of the town and on the town bulletin board regarding said public hearing. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by both. And all those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you.
Can I get a motion to close the voting meeting?
So moved.
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Thank you,
very much.
Alice.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank you,
night.
Alice.
All right, so would someone please make a motion to open the work session?
So moved.
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
I ask the town board members to please review the board minutes from October 16, October 23rd, and November 6th, 2024, that our town clerk, Alice Daly, has provided to you. Our first item is to consider request to authorize a 2024 delinquent water sewer re-levy on 2025 town and county taxes. Mary Ann Maxwell, our town controller, welcome.
Thank you. Okay. So every year we re-levy on the town and county tax bill, any outstanding water bills and out-of-district sewer and water and sewer bills. So basically, this is a report that I've ran showing as of today what is outstanding in our water districts and our out-of-district sewer and water districts. So as of right now, the total amount of the delinquent water bills is $322,000. The out-of-district bills, the total amount is $3,043. And then we also have 2 property maintenance cleanups that were done throughout the year, and they have not been paid. So we've done this in the past where we will re-levy the costs to the town for cleaning up those properties onto the tax bill in January. Okay, so basically what happens with this report is it goes to the county, and the county will have these accounts on the tax bill, with the water and sewer. I will run this report again next Wednesday. There are a couple accounts that we're working on. I met with Greg and the supervisor today. There's a couple of accounts. One is a pretty large one on page 13 of the large report. It's an outstanding balance of $77,000. So we are working with that. We've been emailing the property owner.
77,000?
Yeah,
Oh, you're only on page 2.
to try to get some payments on that. The last payment they made, there was a leak on this property, and the last payment they made was for $15,000 in December of last year. So anyway, so I just wanted to point that one out. Hopefully we can make work out a payment plan or something with this property owner, so. But I will update you guys next week with this. Okay?
Perfect, thank you.
Any other questions?
No. Thanks,
No?
Mary Ann.
Okay.
So next, our town controller has considered the 2025 renewal agreement with Penflex for the Carmel Fire Protection Districts 1 and 2 for the LoSAP program. Mary Ann?
Yes, so Penflex is the company that we've contracted with to administer our LoSAP program for our volunteer firefighters. So in Carmel Fire Protection District Number 1, the cost to administer that program is $8,300. That did not change from last year. In Carmel Fire Protection District Number 2, it's $8,900. That did go up $200 from last year. But this is a cost that we pay annually to Penflex, you know, to administer that program. So I think it's a,
Mary Ann, why would they have like one go up and not the other? Just because of,
I think it's based on the membership.
The members,
You know,
right?
and
Okay.
the cost of it, yeah.
Okay.
You know, how long it takes them to, you know, to administer.
Right.
I think the Mahopac Carmel Fire Protection District Number 2 is Mahopac. I think that's larger, so it may take them longer to.
right, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yep.
And then the last item for our town controller is the audit services for fiscal year 24 through 26.
Yeah, so this is PFK O'Connor Davies. These are our auditors. And we've been working with them since I've been the town controller. They do an excellent job with our audit. You guys have met Alan, who is the partner that we work with. They kept, if you look at page 10 of the contract, they kept the cost at just under a 2% increase. So for 2024 would be $75,000, and this is 2024 means the audit of 2024. So we won't pay this until next year. And then for 2025 would be $76,500, and 2026 would be $78,000. There is a cost also for them to prepare that document, the CAFR, that's $6,000. And then if the town spends more than $750,000 of federal money, which we will this year because of the ARPA, we will have to have a single audit, a federal single audit, so that's an additional cost, and that's in that paragraph right underneath the cost. So that's $3,500. That is a pretty extensive audit that the auditors will have to do because we're spending $750 of federal money, so.
And you think that would just be right now for 2024?
That would be for 2024, probably
Okay.
for 25 also, because it depends on when we spend that ARPA money. We also did receive FEMA money this year. That's also considered, you know, obviously federal money, so we definitely will most likely have a federal audit next year, a federal single audit.
Is this normal, like what they've done with the other towns?
Yes.
A little bit, the 2%?
Yes, yeah. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a good night. Our fourth item is with our Director of Code Enforcement. Consider request to return fire inspection fee. Michael Carnazza, welcome.
How are you?
Good. So, $100 fee from 105 Glenada Avenue.
Yes, Joe charged a fee because the annual was up. They paid the fee, and then when they had a discussion after the fee went into the computer, they said it was empty and vacant, and while buildings are vacant and they're trying to get tenants, if they get a new tenant, they're going to get a building permit, so that's when we charge them. So they don't have to do the fire inspection right now.
Logical.
Perfect. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 is Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti. First up is consider contract amendment for the ARPA funds.
As the board is aware, good evening, everyone, by the way. The engineering department has solicited proposals in May of 2022 for the design of downtown Mahopac. The scope was to finalize the previously approved conceptual plan. Formal RFPs were received. We went through the correct process on this, and it was awarded to, at that time, Woodard and Kearns, and they had submitted a proposal to us that the board had approved. In this case, we're looking to fund some of that work with ARPA funds, so the board should note that contract has to be, would like to be amended to include the Corona State Local Fiscal Recovery Funds Addendum. They've agreed to the language being included in the contract, so just asking the board to accept that so that can be covered with that ARPA funding.
Perfect.
It's easy.
Thanks, Rich.
No problem.
All right, next up, you have some emergency repairs.
So a memorandum is being presented to the board to advise of payments or invoices submitted in payments of excess of 10 grand. Lead service line inventory markouts as part of the lead service line inventory project, of which kudos to the highway department and the work that they did, because they did it quite efficiently. Both Inframark and B&J perform markouts as required by New York State. The call before you dig, there are markouts from B&J in the amount of $19,980 and Inframark in the amount of $7,560. These will be included through the capital projects funds or the capital projects authorized funds. Except for the bad spelling, there was a pump failure and the extra markouts on there. B&J, the operators of Carmel. Water District 9 advised the engineering department that the 7.5 pump at Locust Hill Pump Station had failed. Here's an invoice in the amount of $17,291 for the purchase and install and replacement of a replacement pump. There are sufficient funds in the budget, but a budget transfer is needed to make that happen.
Rich,
That's it. Any questions? Sorry.
Yeah, so with Inframarks, it has August 2024 and September 24. Do they have to put the dates in there, or should they put the dates in there, or is it just accumulation of everything that they've done during that month?
It was all the accumulations specifically for lead service line inventory, so they went out as needed. They probably do have the hard dates on it. We can ask them for it. I don't know if it wasn't included, we'll get it included.
Yeah.
They
Well,
normally
'cause-
have that all documented.
Yeah, because I see, like on B&J, they put down the specific dates that they did the work. So that may be helpful just to have.
I can ask if it can be included as part of the backup for the Comptroller's office.
Yep, all right, thank you.
And then consider a recommendation for contract C299, the AC unit.
So on October 24th, at 11 a.m., bids were opened by the town clerk for C299 AC units. A copy of the bid opening results are part of the memorandum included. It includes furnishing all tools, equipment, materials, and labor for the removal, replacement of 3 existing rooftop air conditioning units, 2 located on the main building, 1 located on this building. A total of 8 bid documents were picked up by bidders and contractors bidding for the service provided in the response to the advertising invitation for bid. 4 contractors attended the mandatory meeting. 2 addendums were issued on October 11th and 15th. JRFA performed an analysis of the apparent low bidder's cost. A copy of their assessment is attached. Based on the evaluation of the bid documents, experience of the bidder, project needs, and prior experience, we recommend the contract be awarded to Sundance Energy Contractors doing business as Markley Mechanical in the amount of $136,000, it's $136,230 for the lowest qualified bidder for this project. As the board is aware, this will be using ARPA funds, so they have agreed to sign that documentation. The contractors did, and so that's what we'll do. We'll get a contract signed, and this funds will be encumbered before the end of the year.
What were we thinking, 500,000? What were we thinking originally?
I think we were thinking about 300,000, so it came in a little less.
Rich, they're gonna hold this amount until we do the roof and then put the AC on?
ACs go first. So the process is, well, I have another agenda item on tonight, which is the tower. So the tower is gonna come off, that's project one, gonna recommend ARPA funds, and I'll talk about that. Then AC units get done, then the roof gets done.
So-
Because the roof, you don't wanna have a new roof and then have them put an AC unit on it and rip up your new roof.
So do we have a time frame for this?
Right after we get the tower done, we haven't signed the contract, so I will get that. We gave them 270 days, depending on what they can do. It will be done as soon as possible.
Right, so I was just concerned about that, they were gonna hold that price until we actually get.
They have to hold it, we told them 270 days, that's in the contract, so that's there.
Okay.
Right, so both that, and when I bring you the roof one, we're having them hold it for 270 days. Again, that was to cover the questions you're asking, right? What happens if the tower doesn't get done? Oh, what happens if it takes a while for the AC unit to get in? Then we can't get the roof. We didn't want the roof being delayed because of the AC, so we tried to factor that in our contract and our bids, but it was 270
Yeah,
days.
as long as we have a.
We have some cushion in there.
A cushion, okay,
Yep.
that's good.
Let's see, I want to get the contract signed, that's more important,
No,
that's
no,
the
I-
encumbering of funds.
So number 8 is recommendation for the town hall roof antenna.
So as I just alluded to with the board, we had put out bids for the AC, we put out bids for the resurfacing of the roof. In order to facilitate that work, the current radio tower, along with the guide wires, must be taken down for the projects to be completed. The current tower, while functioning, is not needed any longer, as it is a leftover from a time before VHF repeaters were installed and a required increase of height to have increased radio performance. So we requested our contractor, ESS Electronic Solutions, to provide a quote to decommission the existing tower and install 2 non-penetrating mounts and associated VHF base stations to maintain communications while the work is being done. They will be able to move the temporary mounts during the course of the roof work, and upon completion of the roof surfacing, they will provide a quote to remove the temporary antenna roof mounts and put them permanently on the side of the building. So due to the technical nature of this work and the classified confidential nature of the information, the work can be considered a professional service. They currently provide the communications for our police department. We recommend the project be awarded to ESS. The cost of the installation is $14,627. We're going to use ARPA funds for this. So it's recommended we use ARPA funds for it because it all kind of ties in with the roof and the AC unit.
This will happen last. This will happen last after the AC and roof?
No, it's going to happen first,
Yeah, first.
and they'll put, so they're going to take, there's a tower up there with guide wires. Nobody can do any of the work up there. What they're going to do is take the tower down, put temporary units up out of the way for the AC units. So they would be located on this side of the building versus the other side, which is closer to where the AC units are. AC units come in, we have the roofing contractor come in, they will, meaning ESS will come and move that temporary mounting along as the roof project goes forward. Then when that's completely finished, the roofing is done, they have to give us another quote to permanently mount them on the side of the building.
Oh, so we're gonna get another quote on top of this 14,000?
Yes.
Okay.
And is that going to be part of the ARPA money too, or no, because it's going to be past
too late.
December?
I don't
It's too
have that
late.
quote, I don't have the
Okay.
quote to do that, so.
Okay.
I mean, I can
And-
ask them if they want to give it to us, but,
Yeah, and this will be done within 60 days, because that's what the quote's good for, up to 60 days?
if
they're
that's
gonna
what,
honor it.
yeah, they're going to come and do that almost immediately once we sign
Immediately.
that contract, and we'll be able to
Okay.
encumber those funds. So again, the key here was keeping, obviously, police communications going at all times.
Yep. So the set 14,627, you want as part of the ARPA million? Okay.
Correct.
I'm keeping track.
The reason why I'm bringing some of these to the board, right, as Supervisor Cazzari mentioned, our AC units came in at 136. We were anticipating about 300,000. So in order to spend some of those funds, this is part of that project. So
Okay.
it's a logical progression. The next one is also something that's needed. It's small in the,
Oh, go to it, number 9.
right, number 9, the next one on the hit list, right? I'm jumping ahead of myself. I'm asking the board again for ARPA funds for this. We have a large format plotter in my office that's about 12 years old. It's having operational issues with scanning. We've contacted HP and they indicated they cannot service the units and that parts are no longer available. This is the town's only large-scale printer and scanner, and it supports all the town's offices. We requested and received quotes from Konica, the current town vendor for our printers, and HP authorized vendor Patriot for a replacement unit. Both firms indicated that units would be obtained from the New York State OGS Centralized Contract Award. I mean, that means New York State has done all the procurement work for us. I got two quotes, Patriot at $17,087.31, Konica at $23,587.42. They have the exact same units. Both quotes include the removal of the existing, installation of a new unit, training, and the 5-year care pack, which provides service for the units. We recommend that the quote from Patriot in the amount of $17,087.31 be accepted. It's recommended the work be funded using ARPA funds. Patriot has agreed to the language and provided a signed ARPA addendum. I also at this time ask the board consider deeming the old unit obsolete so that we can get it removed and have it removed when it happens.
So we had discussed this a couple minutes ago out inside. We have no problem with this purchase, but we have to make sure that all of our other expenses that we had attributed to ARPA is accounted for before we spend this money.
Okay, if that's what the
So,
board...
it probably won't go on a voting meeting next week. It'll be on once we have, probably like the end of the year. So this way we have an accounting of all the money that's attributable to ARPA. And I'm glad that the ACs came in significantly lower than we anticipated, but we still have the roof, we still have some other things.
Yeah, I think it's the roof, the
So we did- I
painting, and
mean-
masonry.
Right, so I thought they had the what?
The roof, with the ARPA for the one pocket of the money, it was the AC, the roof, the painting, the masonry. We just added the antenna
And the doors.
and the doors. So we're still waiting for the roof, painting, masonry, and doors.
Doors, yeah.
And then hopefully all of that will not come up to the $1 million, and hopefully we have like $18,000 left. Then we could put the plotter into that group.
So ACs came in less than what we thought. We
Right.
thought the roof was gonna come in at $400,000 or $500,000, so we always had money to play with. I don't know what the roof is gonna come in at.
Right,
But we
yeah.
already have less money. I only put out a painting and rug one because I wanted to make sure we can spend money. I did nothing with masonry. We already spent money on masonry because we had some emergency work done, if you remember.
All
So
right,
that's already been encumbered.
Was that the building or the sidewalks, though?
That was the sidewalks, that's the masonry, and
I
we
thought we
can,
had some masonry that we wanted to do on the building.
we had talked about that when we met in executive.
What is that called? Pointing?
Pointing,
There's
yeah.
pointing.
I
yeah,
have not
no.
put out, there's been nothing put out
Yeah,
for
because-
pointing. When we met early on, it was focus on roof, focus on AC, because we thought we were gonna be pretty darn close to $1 million, and we actually got funding, additional funding, bonding for the roof, because we thought it might even go over that amount. So we didn't want to not be able to sign
Which is
a
true.
contract.
Right, yeah.
Right, so,
And then, so the painting, Rich, you have something out there that's gonna be coming back soon?
And the carpet.
I have 2 walkthroughs tomorrow, one for carpeting, one for painting, and then we'll have a bid, hopefully by, early December.
Okay,
But nothing with pointing, nothing else.
But we
with-
have masonry for the curbing where the steel is exposed.
Right, and so
and
I'm
it's
waiting for that quote to come
dangerous,
back
yeah.
in, so.
Right,
so
once we get
then
all
really
those
it's
in-
just then the roof, the carpeting, the
I think-
painting, the masonry.
I think once you get the roof number back, that's really gonna
Yeah, I
dictate.
think
We'll have a
that-
better
yeah.
idea of how much money is gonna be left to
And
allocate.
and we
towards the
just need to
plot.
get the specs on the door, and then
Correct.
we can put that out, but that
What-
won't be a
I
lot.
didn't do anything
What
with the
door
door,
are you talking
so-
about?
The two
There's one-
doors, right? The two
What two
doors,
doors?
The exit doors
by
are
the,
rotten, the
court,
frame is done.
by the court and by the,
I don't remember talking about those, but
Bottom
where?
of the stairs, the
bottom
door
of the
is
stairs to go
rotten.
upstairs.
It should have
All
been
right,
done when
yeah, I
they did the key fob, and they didn't do it,
All right,
which we don't know why they
so,
didn't
so
do that.
that may be something new.
Right, but again, so we do need a new plotter. That one's on its last leg.
Right.
When it dies, it's gonna cost the town 20 grand. If we can use ARPA funds, let's
Yep.
use
Yeah,
ARPA funds,
that's-
so.
Yeah,
that's the plan.
perfect.
Right.
Yeah, I think we just wanna
Yeah.
see what the roof comes in and we can kind of.
I mean,
Yeah.
I hear you. Again, if the roof comes in over that amount, we're gonna be hitting the bonding money anyway, right? So we can always just use more of the bonding money and use it for these other things that we need for ARPA and guarantee that we're spending it. But then that's
Yep.
your decision as a board.
Well, let's see
Okay.
what those numbers come in at before we even approach the bonding number.
Okay? It's there, you
Yeah,
know that.
bonding's
I
there.
Yeah, they just wanted to let you know that
Yeah,
we weren't ordering the plotter today. We're going to be waiting until those
Hopefully
numbers
it'll
come
be-
with the roof.
It'll be a
Maybe another
Christmas
month,
present,
yeah.
Rich.
Okay,
Christmas present, is that what you said?
Christmas
doesn't
present
bother me.
with ARPA,
Very nice.
yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So number 10 and 11 is Highway Superintendent Mike Stern. First up is disposal of car number 5.
Good evening, Board.
David?
I am requesting the authorization to dispose of the following. It's a 2015 Dodge Charger, which was a hand-me-down from the Police Department, VIN number 5249. It is now past its useful life to put any more money into. Any questions on that?
Nope,
Thank you.
thanks, Mike.
And then
number-
request to purchase equipment.
Yes, sir, thank you. Number 2, request to purchase equipment. I am requesting the authorization to purchase equipment from HGAC by contract. Number HT06-20, contract period runs from 6/1/20 through May 31st of '25. We're looking to purchase a 2026 Freightliner 108 SD cab and chassis with a Henderson dump body and plow package for the total price of $297,429. This has been the first one we've actually purchased since '22. Our second one is still not in from '22. And this has taken, we didn't even know if books were going to open up this year for buying a vehicle. So they finally came right around August 1st for us to purchase. And we're a little less than the previous years have been in purchase price. So I think we're
This
doing
is
good.
from the equipment line, Mike?
Yes.
You have the money?
From the
Okay.
machine. Yeah, we have the money in the budget for it.
Did they
Yep.
give you an idea of lead times and when you?
We should have it early next year. If we, once we go with it, it should be April, which is actually very fast. These ones are pretty readily available right now. Hopefully, everything's catching up.
All right,
Any
perfect,
questions?
thank you.
Thank you. Have a great night. Thanks for everything.
Nope, no public comment? Public comment?
Going once, going twice. All right. Go to announcements.
All right,
Got any announcements?
there are no public comments. Recreation Director Nina Kalmeyer has asked if everyone would please give their feedback on Recreation and Parks Department's Recreation and Parks Master Plan. There's a QR code. I know Vinnie was putting it on the website. And it's on the town website, right, Kevin? And for those that don't do QR codes, you would contact Recreation and ask Nina. And we attended Slater's Veterans Hall. Matt Slater, our Assemblyman, 94th District, he had his Veteran Hall of Fame. It was very well attended and actually brought tears to people's eyes with the Iwo Jima vet that was here, and
98 years old.
98 years old, Iwo Jima Marine. Anthony Del Duco from the VFW, 5491, was inducted from here, and that's all I have.
I just have, the Putnam Arts Council is having their pottery sale and showcase featuring the Hudson River Potters in the A. Eric Arctander Gallery at the Putnam Arts Council. That's going to be Saturday, November 30th, and Sunday, December 1st, from 11 a.m. to 4:30 each day. The admission is free. The potters are on site. They're available to chat about their pottery, their process, and their inspiration. Please visit the gallery, browse, buy, and be inspired. They actually have really nice work. I go up there for some Christmas presents.
I want to thank everybody who came out to the Veterans Day Parade this past Monday. It was an amazing turnout. I think the MC had mentioned that it was the largest turnout in, he's seen in a long time. So I want to continue to thank all of you guys for your support of our local veterans. And on top of that, we will be having a Thanksgiving Day parade, Sunday, November 24th, with a turkey trot. Right now, we have over 40 participants that are going to be participating in the parade. It's going to be a great time. So if you have nothing to do, come on out and get a kickstart to the holidays. That's it from me.
Okay, somebody make a motion to go to executive session on personnel matters and to include Mike Lugo if he wants to come.
So moved.
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Good night, everybody.